no. Can you give me your phone?
I know. Even your phone, you set it for me. Just do that. And then you plug this white charger there. It's long enough to get there. And then you'll zoom it in, right?
Yeah. But now, this camera is
what you do, you turn the phone this way, you turn the phone the other way, that way, so that now the eye is good. It's good now. It's going to be away from you.
Manje, boy, mupaye chako. Mumneje boy, mumneje.
Don't plug this one.
Is it on?
Yes, it's on.
There is sleep between us. The other Mahad too. The other Mahad wife.
Mchana Pool Club testing sound.
Yes, sir. What? Yes, sir.
On this chilly Monday evening here at Climax Polar Arena, we are in the great East African city of Dar es Salaam, the historical East African country. On the edges of the African continent, Dar es Salaam port, where the continent of Africa is. This is a mega African competition that has been happening for the last 4 days, including today. That is the 11th of August 2025 streaming platform. 3, I have a YouTube stream on Peter Chobe Live. I also have audio being shared on Francis Mkwakw's Key Pixels Photography. The same audio is being shared onto the YouTube channel, that is Channel Pool Club. The match on table is a semi-final in this 128 player competition that has been happening. We are racing to 11 for a place in the final. The finalists have been clearly the best player of late from the country of Uganda, taking upon the best of them all of Ugandan players. Once again, Caesar Chandigah, the Ugandan, and Kelvin Fikoti, the Zambian, are racing to 11 for a place in the final to take on the winner of the match between another Zambia-Uganda pair of Royd Kabwe, Zambia, and Ibrahim Sejimba, Uganda. Those four players, two pairs, are all having the same race, and yes, they will be determining the final that shall be happening later in the day, better call it in the night. Once again, this audio of the video is being shared onto Peter Chere Live YouTube, Channel Pool Club YouTube, as well as Q Pixels Photography YouTube, and I think Facebook. And to present it to you, my name is Simon Peter Chobe. I have another match being streamed between Ibra and Royd. In that one, the scores are currently 0-0, and it is being streamed on Break and Finish Live on Facebook. Live commentary proceeding shortly. Now you will be first to think that the Zambian Kelvin Fikoti will be enjoying the lion's share of the home support, because he has of late been signed with Q Masters Pool Club, the team that are the home team. The table where we're having this match is the table where his home team Q Masters do play their home matches. Himself and the Zambian counterpart Royd are two Zambians signed up by Q Masters, and they are representing both Zambia and Tanzania. In that regard, while all the Tanzanian players have been exited from this competition, they will be celebrating the presence of both Royd and Kelvin, who are signed up in their books. Kelvin and Caesar were teammates at one time 2.5 years ago when Kelvin was a player with Sharks Pool Club in the Zambian Pro League, being joined by Caesar in the same league that ended just around the end of the year in 2022, and they came second in the Zambian Pro League that year. They've gotten to face off so many times. Some of the recent ones include victory for Caesar over Royd in the finals of a 16-man competition that was organized at Timbuktu in Kenya as an effect of an international comp that was won by Zimbabwe's Eshka Chimbwanda. That one-sided final, racing to 13, ended in a 13-3 victory by Caesar over Kelvin. Just a few months earlier, they had faced off in a final of a 64-man competition that was organized in Kampala in Uganda, when Kelvin and his international teammate Moses Mofia did make the tour of Uganda, racing to 9-6 was the final score, the Ugandan Caesar as the winner. There was another match in the round of last 16 of a 32-man competition, a weekly comp. That was one of the first as Kelvin toured Uganda very early in the year. That one ended with Kelvin winning against Caesar in a racing to 5 by 5 frames to 3. What I remember is Caesar winning the first 3 frames and Kelvin winning the next 5 all in a row. The two also did face off a few times when Caesar was playing in Zambia. There's so many weekly comps that most of the time were streamed by William Soko. with Caesar becoming the more dominant force, winning comp after comp after comp after comp, amongst his victims being Kelvin. Very memorably, the Super 8-man comp of Caesar's management team, the ATA, that was organized at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi in December last year. It is these two players that contested the final, which was a long match racing to 16. It was Kelvin who defeated Caesar by 16 frames to 12. Today they get to face off, meeting in one of the most critical matches they will ever meet, a semi-final of a truly African comp in which Caesar and Kelvin are now drawing by 1 frame apiece. Once again, they are racing to 11. The match is being timed at 1 hour and 45 minutes, the best of 105 minutes on center table here at Key Masters in Dar es Salaam. There is one match happening, by the way, in the ladies semi-finals between Mercy of Zambia and Bionel Kiskis of Botswana. I am hearing a loud chant by the Zambians. It seems that Mercy will be taking on the Ugandan Rukia in the final, and I'm answering a question to one of you that were asking in the comment section. It's going to be Zambia's Mercy versus Uganda's Rukia in the ladies final. As for the men's final, it will be either Ibra versus Lloyd or Caesar versus Kelvin. One of those two players from each table will be contesting the final. The losers shall be playing a third place match that will be organized there after this match. But before the men's singles final, we shall have the men's team final between the Ugandan team Roxbury and the South African team Ghost Nation. There has been an attempt by Caesar by backspin to play the cue ball into that collision of balls, including 2 reds, 2 yellows, and the black. He wanted to play them open. A shot that has turned out futile. A shot that is making Lloyd now favorites to win frame number 3. Whatever Caesar is trying to contemplate, it ends up a foul. Advantage, Kelvin. In the meantime, on Facebook, Royd Kabwe leads by 1 frame to 0 against Ibrahim Sejemba. After this, I think I will be having 3 finals to stream. The final of this main event, the final of the team event, also the final of the ladies games. I've only streamed 2 matches in the ladies because it has been action in the men's games. Also, when it's an international tournament like this one, I like so much to stream players who hail from different countries. When it is players from the same countries, sometimes the tournament is not all, the match doesn't look all that international in nature. And most of the games have been like that anyway. In the ladies category, Zambian versus Zambian, Ugandan versus Ugandan, Malawian versus Malawian. For now, it is Kelvin versus Caesar. One by one. He's having the chance of the supporters in Nyanja, the Zambians. He's also having the chance of the supporters in Swahili, the Tanzanians, and he's killing so well. He has been playing very, very well today. The first match of the day involving Kelvin when he took down another of the tournament favorites, Malawi's Sanford Given Ginte, was Kelvin playing sublime pole. He will have to do exactly that if he is to take down Caesar. I just like how he's taking the match serious in his walking style, gliding style, playing style. Also the dress code here, he is aiming for the last red. Slight backspin in perfect position for him to roll the black to the center pocket and gain a lead for the very first time in the match. Black to the center pocket, Kelvin 2 and Caesar 1. In the meantime, there is a Facebook stream of this same match, which is also sharing the same audio feed. Caesar Chandigah trying to roll yellow to the corner pocket bottom of the screen. Simple will do without having to mind about the cue ball whatsoever. He will want to put to the corner pocket, left, spin the cue ball backwards. Not even spin will do. Stop shot will be even better as the Scorpion rolls the black to the corner pocket top right of the screen and equalizes in what looks like will be a very interesting, entertaining and competitive semi-final. Caesar 2, Kelvin 2, rest to 11. In the meantime, the balance of power in African pool does continue. This competition is the second major African tournament in a row without a single South African player in the men's quarterfinals. Once again, after the Timbuktu competition that happened in Kenya just over 2 months ago, the Q Masters International Championship it provides the second consecutive tournament where there is no single South African player that has made it into the round of last 8. A sign that African pool has now balanced up. I still think that South Africa has the biggest amount of top class players on the African continent, but yes, there has now been a balance of power. The Zambians, the Tanzanians, the Ugandans, the Zimbabweans, the Eswatinians, the Botswanans, the Malawians, and everybody else, the Kenyans inclusive, have now upped their game. South Africa, now it's your turn to ripple your socks because Africa, as you are shining, is watching. Royd Kabwe 2, Ibrahim Sejemba 1, Caesar Chandigah 2, Kelvin Nkandu 2. As Kelvin continues in attacking play, he will have to be mindful a relatively dead yellows frame. 3 dead yellows on the table. Attempting to finish the frame in Kelvin's current visit over the table will be interesting, if not bizarre.
Come on, Fikoti.
Whatever Royd is contemplating, it will always be a tricky frame. The yellow he has just spotted is the last of the spacious yellows that were on the table. Those were not balls that were not either dead or frozen against the cushion. He may want to pot the yellow he's trying to do with big left spin, white ball bouncing off the cushion, moving leftwards to play into the yellow near that. Not really. Maybe what Kelvin is contemplating at the end of the day is to play the yellow ball now he's looking at, and it's potable if he plays with precision off the red, which is rightwards of the two. The movement of the yellow ball after being hit must avoid the initial red, have contact with the second red that is frozen, the one which is leftwards of the two, sorry. If he did that, it would really mean to be something of a shot. Maybe he can contemplate bank shot off the red inside. Lovely queuing skills, lovely game reading, lovely execution from the Lusaka Express. Kelvin will now have the relatively much easier role of rolling that last yellow ball against the cushion right as a rail drive to the corner pocket at the top left of the screen, maintaining little movement of the cue ball. It's a miss. It wasn't even anywhere any close to being sunk. Kelvin is in trouble. These are going for the bank. He's finding it relatively easy playing shots like that one. A sign of a guy in form. Not that he's executing very, very well in this tournament. He's just playing his normal game. Sometimes he just becomes a little bit too much for his opponents. In the same competition, he has defeated Salim Biano. Same competition, he has exited Aiden Joseph. Same competition, he has defeated Saif Hamad. Could very easily be so far the best player in the competition, irrespective of what the results of these semi-finals will be. Kelvin, bank off red, not really. I just have it in me that Kelvin's chance to win the frame after missing that bank has come and has long gone. What we shall be awaiting of Caesar is how he will manipulate those two reeds that are at the top end of the table. Cue ball off the cushions, the big spin on it. Could start with either of the three reeds on the board now. He has just placed the cue ball at a position where he could start with either of them. He wants to pot with backspin, white ball being drawn bigly backwards. And I want to think that the red that is closest to the black on another deck would have been the last ball played. Normally it gives him natural white for black. But he will be playing it now. White ball has however moved so close to the last red for Caesar's liking. Still portable with rail drive, but this time with a lot more difficulty. Rail drive is seemingly imperfect. What has been perfected is Caesar's positional play of the cue ball, to the effect that even knowing that even when he would have potted, he still has granted Kelvin very difficult white. The tempting shot for Kelvin is probably bank the yellow ball off the cushion at the top towards the pocket bottom of the screen. On the right is the shot he's trying to play, almost in. Sometimes in this game almost doesn't count. Caesar will be attempting to take the frame down again with this daring chance from Kelvin. Cue ball across the black. There is enough space between that yellow and the jaw of the corner pocket. On the left for Caesar to cross the black, which he does, and gains the lead, which he got only after winning the first frame. Caesar Chandigah 3 and Kelvin Kandi 2. Thank you for watching Spice to the answer. She's supporting Kelvin because Kelvin is the friend of her best friend, Aylan Muhammad. Kim Katz, thank you for watching. You are calling me Peter Menti, asking me about the scores for Ibra's game. Okay, I'll just be flipping my gadget, not the one I use for streaming, the one which I use for watching, just to see what's exactly happening with Royd and Ibra. Still looks like 2-1 Royd in the lead. Match that is happening maybe at slower pace than the one that you're watching. If you want to catch that action live, go to Break and Finish live Facebook. That game is live. That is only for people who are watching live. Those who will be watching later this video, or not live, it of course will be a different matter altogether. Okay, it is 3 frames to 1. Royd is in the lead against Ibrahim Sejemba in the other semi-final. Remember that the winners of both matches will be taking on each other in the final, which shall be coming maybe in about 2 if not 3 hours after now, because there is still the men's team final to play. In the meantime, Ibra has pulled 1 back and has made it 2 for himself and 3 for Royd.
We have the semi-final singles, that is men, that is Uganda versus Zambia, Uganda versus Zambia, both teams semi-final. I can see my brother Iche, the champion of Timber Expo, is eagerly watching from a good view so that we can know where he missed up, where he failed to also become African masters in Tanzania. It's a very test game. On table number 2, Roy taking on
There is already tournament at its business end. There is once again already tournament at its very end has been turned into something of Ugandans and Zambians. A semi-final between Kelvin and Caesar, Zambian and Ugandan. Another semi-final between Royd and Ibra, another Zambian and Ugandan. The ladies' final between Mercy and Rukia, another Zambian and Ugandan. The men's team final will have no Zambian participation. Where the Zambians will come in is the fact that they are Team Eagles, who are defending champions, but it will be a Ugandan South African affair with all four competitions having Ugandan involvement.
Make sure you go one by one, one by one.
Okay. That is what is busy.
Make sure you
don't come back a lot.
The bad news every time you see a buffering stream is because of a network glitch. The good news is that every time there is a network glitch, myself and Francis did learn about the solution. The stream is back running and running perfectly, as perfect as Caesar is trying to win frame number 6. The rest is a formality. It's actually frame number 7. As Kelvin fights, Caesar fights back. The lead is regained by the Ugandan. 4-3. Caesar leads against Kelvin. For those of you who have better phones, I would implore you to split your screen such that you can comfortably both matches at the same time. Some phones do it ordinarily, some have to use the application. You can download the split screen as an app. There are so many apps where you can use to split the screen, and then you have YouTube on. You can have YouTube an app on top maybe, and Facebook an app downwards, or vice versa. Enter your favorite game, and then after you get to watch two matches at the same time. Facebook still has Royd lead against Ibra by 3 frames to 2.
Fikoti, come on. Make sure. Yeah. Come on, Fikoti. Make sure. Yeah. Come boy, come boy, come boy.
As the Zambian fans encourage Kelvin to make sure, he is responding to them by simply making sure, potting with ease sometimes, very relative ease, and ensuring that cue ball is effective in opening up would be dead balls on the table. Also now, be reminded that Royd now leads by 4 frames to 2 against Ibra. On one table, the Zambian is leading. On another table, the Ugandan is leading, with the Zambian seemingly just about to equalize. I don't know which of the two reds, the one that is packed at the corner pocket bottom of the screen, or the one that is at the top end of the table. Kelvin will play last. Very good. Should be finishing this frame in this current visits of the table. What will provide a little bit of this difficulty is provide no. Is it pressure? Is it nerves? Is it the stage? Is it the weight of his opponent? Sometimes these misses from players of this level, I don't expect them whatsoever. One ball potted by Caesar, cue ball being used to open up into another. And the tempting shot for Caesar could be combination shot, could be trying to cut one yellow to the center pocket on the right. White ball being played leftwards. He misses the shot, and Kelvin will have one final goal to take frame number 8 down once and for all, to try and equalize against the Scorpion, who is failing to really escape away from the junior officer, as sometimes Kelvin is described in Uganda after that banter between him and Hazard when Kelvin visited Uganda, not successfully having a match with Hazard. Hazard referring Kelvin to as a junior officer. Since then, the junior officer did defeat the senior officer twice, and maybe the junior officer debate has since then been put to rest. Kelvin will now be having good white for black, which he will want to put to the corner pocket on the left. Very casual it will be. Not a chance in the world that he can miss. Kelvin 4, Caesar 4, race to 11. Rohit Kabwe 4, Ibrahim Sejemba 3. Fikoti 4, Caesar Chandigah 4 in the two Uganda Zambia matches that are happening. Tables in the singles. The second is share contests. The Zambian player. With respect to her, I did not expect her that in the competition, especially given some of the weight, the players, given their weight, those that were on her side of the draw. Her semi-final victory against the Botswanan player Bainel Kitskis was probably the most impressive of all her performances, especially also considering that Bainel had just defeated the Ugandan shooter Michelle and convincingly by 7 frames to 2. We have gotten a miss from Caesar. These players have been treating us to a fact that every time one of them misses, the other simply utilizes the miss to win the frame for himself.
You are dangerous. You are dangerous. Yeah. Make sure I got it. Yes, you are. Make sure because you are
Thank you for watching Nasuro Kamomo. You say you're expecting an all Zambian final. Yes. Wouldn't be so surprising if Kelvin won. Wouldn't be so surprising if Royd won. But a Zambia-Uganda final is also possible as much as a Uganda-Uganda final is. These players, the two pairs of players on both of the tables are all capable of taking down each other. Park City Extra, thank you for watching, supporting Fikoti. Cruise 2000, thank you for reminding us to like the live stream as Kelvin misses. And the Swahili supporting the building will belong to Kelvin. Caesar playing white ball into the dead reds. And they are not fully open. He has played them into touching distance of each other. I'm not so certain if one of them is portable by connection. If it were the case, if he could connect one of them, if one of them could go in, then he would probably be winning the frame in his current visit of the table, as if he's playing with a bit of power, cheats the pocket, sinks in one and plays another into perfect space. Very good game reading from the Scorpion. Should be a frame that is as good as gone away from Kelvin. Maybe it is a continuation of the lesson that when your opponent is Caesar, when you have an opponent to win a frame, utilize it, because once you don't, most of the time he does utilize his own chances. White ball having to be bounced off to cushions, right and left into perfect space to put the last red to the diagonal corner pocket at the top end of the table. He'll want probably to spin the white ball a little backwards as he puts, just like that, off the cushion to get straight line between white, black and corner pocket bottom right. He will aim and aim, seems to be going for power, but most importantly precision. Shoot, pot, Caesar 5, Kelvin 4. Park City Extra, thank you for watching. You are reminding us you have managed to split the screen. You are enjoying a lot more than the likes of Wesley Raymond Jr., who has a phone for $50 and cannot split the screen. Dr. Spencer also advising us not to split the screen if we are using Technopop 2. The banter ongoing in the comment section is not just about the match, but also the quality of gadgets. Frankite, thank you for watching. Must be somewhere in Entebbe. He organizes many comps in Uganda where we get to see some of these Ugandan players. And that is why we are following them up, watching them when they are having international engagement. A dry break we have seen in frame number 10 from Kelvin, a chance for Caesar to win a 6. John Anthony White, thank you for watching, asking why you haven't been seeing Ibra Kayanja. He didn't participate in this competition. In the last 2 weeks, he's focusing on Heibo because he's meant to be one of 2 Ugandans representing at the Heibo Champion of Champions Championship that is happening in Australia next month, after winning the Ugandan qualifiers in the men's category, and will be representing alongside the ladies winner Rashida Motesi. The Scorpion will now have to pot a yellow diagonally to the he's going for connection. How will the second yellow rest? It is resting right in touching distance of Kelvin's red. That yellow ball will be a problem for Caesar's playing pattern. It would be crazy if he tried to finish this frame with his current visit of the table. Now 2 dead yellows, maybe 3. He intended to open them all up within 1 shot. Sometimes Caesar can just mean to do bizarre things on the table, something that has really not paid off. Whatever he's contemplating now, a roll of the yellow right against the rail, it's a miss. Fikoti can breathe again. The frame is alive for Caesar and for Kelvin in equal measure. Please, Kelvin, don't lose your pattern. You are playing against a beast who seems to be getting tougher every time he gets closer to victory. Like you can see, Caesar can mean to be unforgiving sometime. That one would have been something if the yellow ball here that he has played in the open would have settled in space for him to clear the table with his current visit of the same table. Option of a bank shot. That same yellow ball across the white, played right against the cushion against which it's resting towards the corner pocket. Try and play connection. Maybe he will just try to play it into space to deny Kelvin White for putting any of his reds easily, which is what Caesar is doing now. Royd Kabwe for Ibrahim Sajemba 3, Kelvin 4, and Caesar 5 in the 2 semifinals here at Q-Masters, which are both Ugandan versus Zambian. Now that shot is the reason why Kelvin is called Fikoti. William Soko told me that Fikoti simply means hard shot. That is why, yes, Fikoti is Fikoting the Reds. Not an easy frame. Kelvin will be trying, maybe. What will he do for the dead? He just maintains cue ball in a position where he can put one of the reds, the one that is closest to the corner pocket on the left. He will want to play the white ball into the dead ball, try to open it up, and go for the frame, plays into the dead ball, opens it up. He's on the verge, Kelvin. Very good pattern, very good execution, now has a chance to equalize by the 10th frame in the semi-final. He's meaning business, wearing a very tough face. His very good friendship with Caesar is now not in the picture, as though the first back shot was to break the friendship, which shall surely resume when this semi-final is done. These two friends have to cancel each other out, one of them playing third place match, the other playing the final. And both of them will be mindful of what will be happening on the second table. The Zambians, as players, will want an all Zambian final. The Ugandans will want an all Ugandan final. Maybe the neutrals will want a Uganda-Zambia final. Kelvin is trying to ensure that he has every chance, as good as Caesar has, to try and win this frame. But what a way of trying to equalize against Caesar. Playing one snooker for one more time, hoping that Caesar will foul, and for Kelvin to take the frame down once and for all. And I have to say that irrespective of whether Caesar finds the yellow or not, he will be losing the frame unless he finds it and puts it in some kind of way. It is a foul, it is a miss. It is Kelvin winning frame number 10. Surely he is Kelvin. What a well finished frame, what a well executed frame, and what a sweet win of a frame from Kelvin. He is preventing Caesar to stretch his lead. After 10 frames played, it is Kelvin 5 and Caesar 5. Time out, Caesar. The players are resuming in exactly 3 minutes. The stream shall be on. Let's meet in the comment section. Better still meet in the second semi-final on Break and Finish Live Facebook between Ibra and Raid.
Continue, Marcia. Come on,
Oh yeah, pretty much now at the halfway point of this match. This race to 11 is now a shorter race to 6, with Caesar and Kelvin currently drawing 5 all in the semi-final. That is causing the fear of unknown for these players, their management teams, for Caesar the ATA, for Kelvin Q Masters, and of course their sets of fans, Team Fikoti and Team the Scorpion. Caesar aiming for the world be dead of the foil event deserving on the table, porting it by try to the corner pocket diagonally, maintaining the white ball even better to the effect that he can now roll the red right against the cushion to the same corner pocket he has just spotted the previous red. 16 should be finishing the frame, making light work of what was looking a relatively difficult frame. Now him needing to put the last red at the center pocket on the left, black to the corner pocket bottom of the screen, and the finish will be done and dusted. He is reminding Kelvin that even when Kelvin is seemingly having a good game, the Scorpion always has the finishing touch of frames he's supposed to win. Sometimes I like to say that he wins frames he's supposed to lose. Caesar 6, Kelvin 5. Ibra 4 and Royd 5. Royd 6, Ibra 4. Once again, 6-4, Royd leading against Ibra. 6-5, Caesar leading against Kelvin. 2 crunch moments, Ugandans versus Zambians, either side of the stream. Kelvin going for the yellows, all 3 of them positioned spaciously. As long as he maintains his calm demeanor, execute the pattern that he is so good at, he will be back in business, equalizing against Caesar. He's leaving himself chance to put the yellow ball, which is rightwards of the 2 to the corner pocket at the top left end of the table. The same shot may have the white ball played into the black because that's its natural movement, such that it can stay in a position where you can put the second yellow to the center pocket on the left. White ball is played into the black, and unfortunately Kelvin was not on target in executing the shot. Every time Caesar has been given such chances, he has been utilizing them and utilizing them perfectly well, and that miss will be providing an opportunity for Caesar to have a 2-frame lead for the first time in the match. For the first time in the match, also Caesar plays a snooker. The other sides of Caesar's game now comes into play, demonstrating it to Kelvin that for him, Caesar, it's not just about potting balls. Of course, Caesar knows that Kelvin is also a very good offensive-minded player. Kelvin trying to find yellow off the cushion, finds it, but doesn't pot. One ball Caesar can pot is the one at the corner pocket bottom of the screen, which he pots by connection. He has cue ball now to pot 3. Any of the 3 reds close to the white. He's going for a clearance. What we are left to see is what he will be doing for the 2 reds so close to each other at the top end of the table, because where they are close, that same pocket is occupied by Kelvin's yellow. This kind of cue ball manipulation is for him to grant himself a chance to put 1 red to the center pocket on the left, maybe play the cue ball into the 2 reds at the top end of the table. That is only maybe. He's leaving the cue ball so close to the cushion. He doesn't want now to play the cue ball into the reds. He simply wants to move the cue ball at the top end of the table where those reds are, such that he can play them in their original positions. Cue ball has moved further than Caesar's intention. The Tanzanians are celebrating. Of course, they are Kelvin's supporters, understandably. This is Kelvin's home ground. He's enjoying the home ground advantage as well as home support. Caesar with the scorpion stroke. He misses.
Come on, Fikoti. Make sure. You can.
More likely than not, other than Caesar leading by 2 frames, it is instead going to be Kelvin equalizing.
Make sure sahi sawa. I know sahi sawa.
Come on, Kelvin. How good can Caesar recover? The pot will not be difficult. Manipulation of white ball for the last red is not formal. Plays the cue ball into the red, plays it into space. Just like that, the frame is gone away from Kelvin. One bad mistake and you lose the frame. That's what it means when you're having Caesar as an opponent. Hit the roll of the black to the center pocket will be a formality. Just like that, Caesar 7 and Kelvin 5. So far, of all 13 frames that are being played during this one, it looks to me like it's the most important and most crucial one of them all for Kelvin to come within one frame of Caesar. For Caesar to take a 3-frame cushion, which normally he never lets go, by the way. And Kelvin has to be very wary. This is a frame he must win. In the meantime, on Facebook, it is Royd 7 and Ibra 5. The same score with which the Zambian is down, this time on the Ugandan. Kelvin played one color using cue ball into another and potting it on an open table in black ball rules. It is a table closed, potting the color of balls that, playing the color of balls that he has potted. What will look like a little issue for Kelvin. You can consider those 2 reds that are close to the bottom of the screen. Maybe those which, by the way, when he can pot one white, depending on its position, could be natural for the other. This should be a frame that could be won by Kelvin and in his current visits of the table.
Come on, Fikoti, come on.
All right, that will suffice. However, that red ball that is now near the center pocket on the right is a little bit of an issue of all the 3 reds that Kelvin is having. And it's why the more likely pattern is play the seen and potable red first, the easiest of them, maintain the cue ball in the same position where there is the red he's about to pot. Stop shot effects, I think that will suffice as well. Now, Kelvin probably needing to play top spin. White ball following the red with a big bang on the cue ball being played into the cushion at the bottom end, such that it can move off the cushion towards the center of the table where there is the second red. Just excellent pattern and well executed by Kelvin. It should be him, the Zambian, coming within one frame of the Ugandan. Amidst the pressure and the weight of a player like Caesar, Kelvin is able to pull one back at a time when he really needs to win a frame. Very convincing in his pattern, in his play, in his potting, and his winning. Kelvin 6 and Caesar 7.
Francis. Quality.
It's still competition at its sublime best as Ibra continues in the same fighting spirit against Royd as Kelvin is against Caesar. One frame difference, 7 frames to 6 either way. In the match that you're watching, the Ugandan leading. In the match that is on Beckham Fisher Facebook, the Zambian in the lead. Little nitty-gritties of the Scorpion on the table. Even Kevin's Zambian fans and Tanzanian fans are laughing at what they are saying of the Scorpion, using just that little something extra to play dead balls into space. This frame should now be finishable by the Scorpion. Here he comes again. Has to be on target first. Will he open up the dead yellow? Look at what he's treating us to. The kind of execution that have made him become the toast of African pole today. No shade of a doubt, who is the most popular player in the African continent today is this time round Caesar. Has his yellow jump out of the cushion. You need to play well, but sometimes you need a little stroke of luck. For Kelvin, he will be hoping that maybe that will be the turning point of this match. Try and take down Caesar, but first having to equalize in frame number 14. I don't like it when, as a player, an opportunity is given in a frame this crucial, and then the opportunity is returned that cheaply. Kelvin will be very guilty of that miss. And he's up against probably the most unforgiving player on the African continent today. There has been an equalizer on the Facebook stream, and the match now on Facebook between Caesar and Royd is moving faster than the match on YouTube between the one between Ibra and Royd is now moving faster than the match between Caesar and Kelvin, and yet in the minds of so many viewers of the game, they think that these two players you are watching are faster than the other two. That one is a discussion for another day. The current discussion is how good Caesar is queuing and moving white ball round the edges of the table. White ball will not be perfect for him if we are to start with yellow to the center pocket on the left. He may contemplate playing the top ball first, have the white ball bounced off the top cushion, maybe more than one cushion, better still have white ball rest round the area where he can put the last yellow to the center pocket on the left. However, white wouldn't be natural for the black if he were to put. Therefore, he still needs a big shot, play the white ball back and forth. The bottom cushion, back to the top cushion, big spin, big skill, big target, big accuracy from the Scorpion to roll the black to the corner pocket top right to gain a 2-game lead again, as he did momentarily ago. Round of applause from the fans. Caesar 8 and Kelvin 6.